Welcome to the NAC Experience.
Welcome to the Faith Unbuttoned podcast. This podcast is an extension of Never Alone Christian Center and has been specifically designed to make faith transparent and relevant to everyday life. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Faith Unbuttoned podcast. I'm your host, Pastor K. As usual, you guys already know, on Friday, I am always excited. One, I get to drop some information to my favorite people at NAC. Two, it's Friday and the weekend is upon us. So, without further ado, just a reminder, this is the Faith Unbuttoned podcast. It is an extension of Never Alone Christian Center, a new virtual ministry that launched a few weeks ago. Tap in with us at the website right at the bottom, neveralonecc.org, as we rock on Tuesday, as we rock on Wednesday with BTS Behind the Scripture, as well as Sunday. We have multiple options for you to stream our services. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and that's where we flow, as well as our website. So, how has your week been? I hope it's been as wonderful as my week has been here in the Baltimore area, or some it's called the DMV. They don't consider Baltimore part of it, but I represent this entire metropolitan area. It's been good weather, and I am just excited to move into this weekend. Summer is upon us, and my children are out of school, and I'm excited that we get to take some vacations, we get to relax, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop checking in with you guys and doing what we need to do at NAC. So drop some love in the comments, drop a heart, drop your name or your location or what's up or whatever you want to drop. Let me know that you're tapping in. Even if you're catching the replay of the broadcast, drop something in the comments. Let me know you're tapping in. And always, you guys can hit us up in the DM or hit us up on Messenger or from our website, and we will get back in touch with you. So, once again, I am excited. We're going to continue to push through our particular topic we've been dealing with. This is episode number 11. This should be the last episode of this particular topic. And that topic has been, is premarital counsel really necessary? Is premarital counsel really necessary? Now, before I get started this evening, I want to just tap in with a question. I always like to respond to the questions that may flow through the particular podcast. And let me find that question here. Here it is. Our opening question is, our opening question is, I don't want to separate or get divorced, but my spouse does. What should I do? Let me say it one more time. I don't want to separate or get divorced, but my spouse does. What should I do? You'd be amazed how many couples I come across who are going through similar situations where one part of the relationship is ready to be divorced or get separated, and the other part is hanging on for dear life. So let's look at this with a few questions. So first we have to say, why? There's always a why. Why does your spouse, your relationship partner, or whatever you want to call yourself in 2021, why do they want to get separated? Why do they want to get divorced? We have to know the why before we can begin to flow into how to fix it, or if there is a fix that can be done. Sometimes things have corroded and deteriorated for so long, then in reality, if you want to face the facts, it's hard to repair. So we have to ask the question why. So if you've asked this question, and you're in a situation where your spouse wants to separate or get divorced, but you don't, you have to say, why do they feel like this? And you have to be real. As we have said, as you heard in the opening, and you'll hear me say time and time and time again, this Christian Center is all about making faith transparent and relevant, okay? So you have to be transparent and you have to be real with yourself why they want to roll out. Have you done something personally? Have they done something? Why is the relationship at this particular point? And then I asked the question, has there been any counsel before this decision has come to the table? Has there been any spiritual counsel, any natural counsel? Have you guys gone together? Have you gone separate? What has been done to try to combat this particular feeling or emotion and this desire to separate? And then the third question I ask is, how long has the marriage or relationship been corroding? Okay, if this has been going on for 5 years, we have a lot of backup time that hasn't been addressed, and that takes a lot of counseling, a lot of communication to break down those barriers, to break down those walls, to figure out why we are at this point. You have to look at being toxic in a relationship or in a marriage. It's like mold in a bathtub. It just, if you don't clean the tub, that little ring gets thicker and thicker and thicker, and it's harder and harder to clean. That's what a toxic relationship does. It's like mold or mildew. It gets thicker and thicker, and it's harder and harder to clean, and requires more scrubbing, more time, more investment, more involvement, more counseling. And as great as God is mighty. Some things are just natural. Okay, we always think that God is going to just fix everything, but if we broke it, then we have to be the one to repair, to step in, and to fix. God is there. God is there to help us, to lead us, and to guide us, but God is not a magician. He has a method based upon principles to repair relationships, all right? And then the last thing I say is, we can't make another person do anything. We can't make another person do anything, okay? Now, we understand the Bible teaches about divorce, and the Bible does not agree with divorce, but we understand some things are natural, and if you're in a relationship that's toxic and it's falling apart, I think God's heart desire would be for you to find peace and to find joy and love. Now, if you're just trying to roll out and bail out because he ain't rich and ain't famous, then that's not a reason. Or you're trying to roll out because the sex ain't good, that's not a reason. Those are not justified spiritual reasons to roll out from your relationship because something you don't like. There are spiritual and biblical principles that allow an exit. If there's domestic violence or verbal abuse and things such as that, then there are other avenues that God will help you exit out of a relationship that you probably shouldn't have been in from the beginning. So without knowing the specifics, my best pastoral advice would be to seek counsel before making a rash decision, okay? Now, if you find yourself in this type of situation and you wish to talk to my wife and I, reach out to us, and we may be able to assist you through spiritual counsel. You can go to the website at info@neveralonecc.org, and maybe my wife and I can assist you and help you before you make a rash decision as separation or divorce in your relationship. But the general answer to the question is, what can you do? The general answer is, you cannot make another person do anything. Okay? All right, that's our opening question. All right, so let's get to our topic. We've been rocking with this topic for 3 weeks now. My goal and my plan is to kind of push through the topic tonight and finish it up. I don't want to rush because I think it is critical that we look at this particular question. Is premarital counseling necessary? And tonight we're going to be specifically talking to married couples who are married or may desire to get married at another time. Previous podcasts, go to the YouTube, go to Facebook, Spotify, and you can stream them there, as well as Anchor.fm app. You can catch the 2 previous podcasts, and you need those to couple with this one so that you don't have any gaps in your knowledge. So tonight we're looking at our question 3. This particular topic was built on 3 questions. Question 3 tonight is, can you benefit from premarital counseling if you're already married? Come on, Cup. Can you benefit from premarital counseling if you're already married? Well, the answer, yes. Absolutely, you can benefit. You say, well, we already married. We kind of went through premarital. We did the little 10-minute thing with the pastor or with our parents, and we in love and we pushing forward. Okay, well, maybe you want to go to another step or elevate the relationship, or maybe you didn't have counseling at all. You say, well, we already married. Can we still benefit? Yes, you can benefit. You can still benefit, okay? It's up to the overseer, whoever doing the class, to cater it to you because you are married. Like, for example, if my wife and I are doing premarital counseling for a couple who's already married, there's a whole nother avenue I take because I'm married, you guys are married, we open up that can and we go for it. All right. So can you benefit from premarital counseling if you're already married? Yes. I look at marriage like purchasing, like the purchasing process of a home, if you have done that. The first thing we look at is when we talk about purchasing a home or a marriage in marriage development is number one is advancement. When we make a decision that we want to purchase a home, we want to move from maybe our apartment or from our parents, go to a townhouse, a single family, it is a advancement. And that's how I look at adding premarital counseling or going through premarital class while being married. It is an advancement. Okay, and when you purchase a home, the first thing we do is first we decide if we are ready to upgrade our lives. Before you got married, you made a decision, just like purchasing a house. Are you ready to upgrade your life? And if you don't look at your marriage as an upgrade, then that's a problem. Marriage is an upgrade. It's the next level of love. It's the next level of divinity with the Spirit of God. And it is a blessing. Okay? So it is an advancement. Okay? Once we find out if we're ready to take that step to marriage, then we start the prep process like buying a home. We begin to prep our lives. We begin to get our health together. We begin to get our credit together. We determine a location. We determine a loan type, what kind of bank or realtor. We do the same thing, or we should be doing the same thing as a man when we begin to look for a relationship and look for development. So now that you've done all this, it is an advancement. So when we talk about can premarital counsel help a marriage that's already been established? Yes, because it is an advancement to the marriage. It is adding to the marriage. It is giving guidance. It is giving joy. It is getting new life, new information. There's always something we can add to our relationship. My wife and I, we've been married 14 years. And there's always something I try to add to relationship, be it whether it's something I read or something I glean from successful relationships. And when I say successful relationships in marriage, I'm not talking about IG successful or Facebook successful or TV successful. I'm talking about real, tangible success. We all can look good on the gram. We can all build a facade of video and picture to make our relationship appear to be something that it is not. And you and I both know is stinky. So I'm talking about gleaming from real relationships. Okay. And then just like purchase a home, we start the shopping process, or we decide if we are going to build, then we make a decision. So this all has taken place if you are married. You already have made all the decisions, and now that you're married, So now the advancement was the relationship, was the marriage. So you went from your single state, or if you were divorced, or if you were widowed, or whatever state you were in, you went from there, you joined together with your spouse, and that was an advancement in your life. And now you are in this relationship. And then the second thing we do as purchase a home is now we have to invest. We invest in the marriage. What does premarital counsel do? What does it do for your marriage? It is an investment. Couldn't get it out. An investment for growth and development. You always want to grow and to develop your relationship. And you say, well, I'm streaming this and I'm not married, but boy, you making this thing sound good. Listen, it is good. It is good to me. Are you listening? Marriage is good to me. I love it. The wife, the home life, the children, all of that. I love it. But you know why I love it? Because we invest. We try our best not to do any arguing. We discuss finances. We discuss our career goals. We discuss our academics, the academics for the children. All of these things are discussed so that's why the marriage is great, because it's work. But it's an investment. So we said, can you benefit from premarital counseling if you're already married? Yes, it's an advancement. And the second thing is an investment. Any marriage worth having is worth investing your time and effort. Your time and effort. How much time do you invest in the marriage? You want the great marriage. You desire to have the outstanding relationship. It's more than roses on Valentine's Day and cards and dinner on birthdays and anniversaries and vacation. Is more of an investment than that, okay? The love should be stimulated 365 all throughout the year. It should always be an opportunity for the relationship. An investment. Now, when we talk about an investment, we are looking at three things. Just like we said, we're using the house as a teaching tool here. When you invest in something, that means it has three things. The first thing it has is going to be a strong foundation, quality building material, and maintenance. So let's think about your marriage. Think about your marriage. Think about your marriage, okay? Is there a strong foundation? What does premarital counsel do? Premarital counsel or premarital class helps develop a strong foundation before we enter into the institution of marriage. Do you have a strong foundation? If your foundation is not strong, I don't care how great your building material is. Building materials, i.e., the glitz and glamour of the relationship. You got money in the bank. Y'all got money in the bank. You got good jobs. You got an education. The kids are getting a good education. You live in an affluent neighborhood. You have all the glitz and glamour of that which would entail in a good marriage. But the foundation is trash. It's trash. So you have all of these things built around, cocooned around the marriage, but meanwhile, the foundation is cracking. So can premarital counseling class help enhance that foundation? Yes, but you have to invest in it to allow it to develop. And once you allow it to develop, all the other glitz and glamour that you have cocooned around the relationship now make it worthwhile. You see? Strong foundation, quality building material, meaning the things that develop your relationship, communication, date night. These are things that build the relationship, like building the home. You lay down a foundation and then you have to have quality building material. But nothing to me is more important than maintenance. If you have a home, apartment, townhouse, whatever you have, you know that maintenance is essential. You have to take care of the toilets, the sinks. You have to take care of the water heater, the carpet, the yard, all of that. If you don't, you're going to have a problem. This is just like your marriage. If you don't have any maintenance in place for your marriage, you're going to have problems. What is maintenance? Maintenance is date night. Opportunity to communicate, talking about real life issues, talking about plans and goals and ideas and vision boards. All of these are maintenance for the relationship. Telling her, I love you. Telling him, I love you. All of these things, the little kiss on the forehead, a kiss on the lips in the morning before you leave, washing her car, helping him get an outfit or helping her get an outfit. All of these things are maintenance. Sitting on the couch having popcorn and Netflix and chill, more than something we just talk about on social media. Are you really doing it? Do you Netflix and chill with your wife, or you doing that with your side chick or side dude? Investment. Investment is so critical to the marriage and to the relationship. You have to have maintenance. So can you benefit from premarital counseling? If you're married, yes, 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 and yes. So you got the advancement, you have the investment, and the last thing you have is now it's time to enhance the relationship, the upgrade, if you will. The development process has led us here. You're married, you're checking in on the class, and now you want to enhance the relationship. You want to take it from a 5-star to a 7-star. So ask yourself the question, are you upgrading your marriage, or are you a liability? Let me say it again. Are you upgrading your marriage, or are you a liability? Man, woman, husband, wife, let's rap, let's talk. Are you upgrading? In other words, what are you doing to enhance the relationship, to enhance the marriage, to develop the marriage? Or are you just a liability? You have checked out and you no longer invested, and you like, man, we just gonna do this till the kids get grown, and I'm gonna roll out and you can go your way, whatever. That is such a defeated attitude. God wants best for you. Let me step to the spiritual side real quick. God wants the best for you. He wants you to be happy. He doesn't want you looking at the marriage as a prison sentence. Okay, let's go back to the natural side. What are we doing to enhance? Brothers, sisters, my people, what are we doing? When's the last time we had a date night? Watched a movie and chill. When's the last time you did that? When's the last time you sat down and discussed the finances of the house, the budget, save money? When's the last time you planned a vacation? Enhance. Enhance. If your marriage has reached what I call the dead zone, we have to figure a way to get better service. Think about your cell phone. There's nothing worse when I'm on the phone talking to my wife, we in a good conversation, boom, I go through the toll, hit that dead zone. By the time I get out the other end of the toll, I'm like, man, what were we talking about? She'd be like, I don't know. You said something, and then you hit that dead zone, and then, man, all right, well, when I think about it, I'll call you back. Is your marriage in a dead zone? And now you're waiting for your spouse to call you back. You got to get out the dead zone, okay? Let me give you 4 things, and we out of here. Premarital counseling or class teaches you the pitfalls of marriage and how to overcome them. That's how it's beneficial to a couple that's married. Because sometimes we get married and we didn't know or still don't know about all the pitfalls that can come up in marriage. Now, no class can cover it all, but you have a leg up if you know some of the pitfalls. The second thing, premarital class or counseling teaches the best methods to communicate. If you are struggling to communicate in your relationship, you love each other, but you just don't know how to talk to each other. That's how it benefits a married couple. It teaches us, number 3, how to manage drama and overcome it. Now, I'm a realist. My wife and I, we don't like drama. But some couples, they have drama all the time. So you have to know how to overcome the drama in your relationship and switch that drama and being all dramatic to some peace and some love in the home. And the last thing, and we out. Premarital class and counseling teaches us how to separate emotion from principle. We have to learn how to separate our emotion in a marriage from spiritual principles and natural principles of God. This will enhance the marriage. All right. 3 weeks we've been teaching, is premarital counseling necessary? As I go into my closing thought here, I say it is essential, it is necessary. So I'm working on putting together a package for premarital counseling, and I'm going to try to roll it out hopefully this year. And I want you guys to tap in, even if you're married. I don't care where you're from. You don't have to be a partner of NAC, but I want you to get the information, okay? Because I want you to have a great relationship. And if you're looking to get married, I want your marriage to be successful. I want you to be able to overcome the enemy and the wiles of the devil. And I want you to have joy and love and be excited to come home. So my final thought is this. as I always say, if you allow a thing to keep happening, it will keep happening. If you have a poor relationship, poor communication, poor finances, poor health, poor communication with your children, poor on the job, whatever it is that you continue to allow to happen, if you don't address it, it will continue to happen. So my prayer, my thoughts to you are, address trouble areas. Fix them, develop them, grow them. And I promise you, God will work through you and use you, and you will be amazed on how great you can be. Thank you guys for tapping into the NAC Experience and the Faith Unbuttoned podcast. I'm your host, Pastor K. Let's go.